Later this week, Doctor Who is set to air part 1 of a huge, bombastic, climactic, insert more cool describing words here that Russell T Davies uses, season finale, which, you know, we've heard will change everything. But how many times have we heard that? Will this new finale truly live up to the finales of old? Well, I thought today, why not take a look back at every single Doctor Who season finale, and I'm including the spin-offs in this, since 2005. We're going to rank them in this little tier list, every single one of them. Let's just dive straight in. Let me know your favourite season finale in the comments down below, and as ever, if you're enjoying the content, please feel free to subscribe. No obligation, but it helps us out. First up, we've got Twice Upon a Time, which technically it's not a finale, but it also is a finale. Like, the Doctor Falls is the actual finale, but this kind of counts. I'm going to just straight away, let's go quick fire, I'm going to put it in good. Peter Capaldi, for those of you who don't know, is by far my favourite Doctor, probably always will be. There's just something about him, I think he's perfect in the role. And this episode isn't the best send-off, I can't lie. Maybe it's controversial, but I've never been the biggest fan of his regeneration. I feel like the speech just drags a little bit, and as well, I know the behind-the-scenes reason, like Capaldi asked for that little part where he says, like, "Children can hear your name." He asked for that to be put in the script, but I'm not gonna lie, I don't vibe with it. It feels a little bit bonkers. Like, what's going on? I feel like the Doctor's just collapsed to the floor and his memory's going. I don't get it. But I do think, on the whole, Twice Upon a Time works as a really nice epilogue. It's not a finale of sorts. It's like an extra epilogue chapter. Like, the Doctor meets his younger self, and yeah, there's nice stuff there. It's not great, it's not bad, it's just good. And the next episode up is probably, I mean, look, I didn't decide the order of this tier list. They're out for blood. But it is probably the single most controversial Doctor Who season finale of all time. And it may remain that way forever. It's The Timeless Children. This is the bombshell episode where we find out that the Doctor is not in fact from Gallifrey, which, you know, that upset a lot of people, and I understand why, like, it makes sense, but also it does fill in a couple of plot holes. Your Morbius Doctors from Classic Who, we find out as well that the Doctor's got a whole regeneration cycle before the William Hartnell First Doctor that they can't remember. But I won't lie, controversial, I actually quite enjoy it. When it aired as well, it reinvigorated my love for Doctor Who, got me talking about it, got me thinking about it, got me theorising about it. I remember, like, it was just before the COVID-19 pandemic, and we were all in sixth form, and we'd come into the common room and we'd have a good gossip about what on earth was going on. There was the Fugitive Doctor plotline, all of that building to a head. I absolutely adore Sacha Darwin's Master as well, and this is the series where I think Jodie Whittaker's Doctor really got, like, she got pushed up a level. Series 11 was fine, but it was just that. It was just fine. Like, my love for Doctor Who had slightly wiggled down, but this is the series that genuinely, it bought me. This channel was kind of born out of Series 12. I have been doing this for over 10 years, but I never felt compelled to do weekly episode reviews until Series 12 came along. That's when my interest was really peaked, so I can't lie. For all of that, and as well, I can't lie, I don't mind the mystery of the Timeless Child. I don't want them to answer it with too many questions, and sure, I can see why it's a bit frustrating, but Tecteun's a really cool concept for a character. I think they're done poorly, but it's a cool concept. I'm going to put it in fantastic. Oh, I can hear angry essays being typed in the comments. I might regret that. If there was a category between good and fantastic, it would go there. But I really like the stuff they do with the Cybermen, and I genuinely have a good time while watching. I can appreciate, though, that, yeah, it's controversial and changes things about, kind of for the sake of changing it about. But, look, I don't even hate the Timeless Child plot twist. I think especially Chris Chibnall's talked about how it's almost like an extension of his own life because he was adopted. So he put his lived experience into the character of the Doctor to make the Doctor I'm messing up these sentences. To make the Doctor find out that she was in fact adopted. I think that's quite neat. I like it when the writer puts themselves into the show. Okay, next up, we have not a very controversial episode, but my take on it might be controversial. We have Doomsday from way back in 2006, The Farewell of Rose Tyler. This was the full beginning of the most Russell T Davies trope of like, this character's going to die. And then they don't die. Rose literally stands on a beach at the start and goes like, this is the story of how I died. No, you didn't, Rose. Who are you even saying that to? It's a bit silly, but this two-parter has so many absolute banger moments. The Ghosts plotline, the Ghosts mystery, 10 out of 10, really cool. I love that scene with Rose and her mum, where like Jackie thinks that her dad, who's passed away, is back as a ghost, and like it's all of that wishing it into existence. Like she says she can smell him. It's a Cyberman, Jackie, you can't smell him, but it's a believable thing, and it's what Doctor Who does best when it's set in the modern day, in the present. Obviously it was the present in 2006, and it just takes like a sort of everyday thing, makes it creepy. Like everybody's heard of ghosts, everybody's heard of all of that jazz, and you're putting that into the real world, present day, and seeing how society would react if ghosts were real, effectively. And then obviously they're not even ghosts. You get the big plot twist, they're Cybermen. And not only that, but then the Daleks show up. And you get the most sassy battle of words of all time between the Daleks and Cybermen in Canary Wharf. Like, how many banger lines, like, you are better at dying, all of that. We would destroy the Cybermen with one Dalek. It's so good, it's so funny. Yeah, it's a really nice send-off for Rose. You know what? I've convinced myself. I was gonna... In my head, I'm like, it's not that good. It's really good. I do think, though, this is the controversial part, Ten and Rose, I'm not that big a fan of. I don't get their dynamic as much. Like, Rose is a very realistic and believable character, but she does start to annoy me a little bit in Season 2, or Series 2 even. But it's still good. I'm going to put it in fantastic. You know what? I was going to put it in good or meh. But the Daleks and Cyberman stuff, it's so good. It deserves fantastic. And it is a really emotional moment, and the soundtrack absolutely pops off. The Angels Take Manhattan. This is by far the worst Weeping Angel episode they've done. I think they've only done a few, though. There's Blink, Time of Angels, Flesh and Stone, Angels Take Manhattan, and the Flux one, Village of Angels. This is definitely the worst. The Statue of Liberty turning into a Weeping Angel, it's just a bit too silly for my liking. Amy and Rory, again, this might be controversial, I just don't care for them that much. Like, they're not bad, and the best I think they are is in, like, the beginning of Series 7 with The Power of Three, which, like, that is just before this episode, but still, I don't know why, I just don't particularly care. And also, I've never been able to escape the fact, maybe it's just like Doctor Who brain talking, but why can the Doctor not just travel back to New York? Or he just travels back. Like, look, Amy and Rory get sent back in time by a Weeping Angel to like 1930 something. Why doesn't the Doctor land in 1930s New York, well no, like 1930s London, and get a plane to New York? Because the reason he can't get them back is it's time locked for the TARDIS. Travel to somewhere else and just get a plane. Like, it's not that deep. I know it's not that deep, but it's always bothered me, and I've never been able to connect with the story that much, so I'm going to put it in could be better. I can't lie. Maybe that's controversial. The next one, I'm sorry, it's just going in worst of the worst. That's Ranskor Rav Kolos, the Battle of Ranskor Rav Kolos, Series 11's finale. No, maybe not. I think if there was a category in between could be better and worst of the worst, I'd just put it in bad, because I think, and to be fair, Chris Chibnall has talked about it, this episode suffered in the writer's room because he had to help finalise and write other episodes of the series, and they didn't like get time to finish the finale. I think it's basically confirmed to be a first draft, which is not a surprise because, yeah, it's the theming and the characterization's kind of all over the place. Like, there's so many ideas that don't get followed through. Like, they're on a planet where if you don't wear that little head thing, you're going to sort of go evil, mental and crazy. Except that doesn't happen to anyone, and you get like Chibnall's gun, like the what's it called, Chekhov's gun, but Chibnall's gun, where there's like a gun set up but nothing happens with it. And you've got Graham's plot. I do like he doesn't kill Tim Shaw, but also Tim Shaw's a bit silly. Also, they were clearly setting up the Stenza for something bigger, but we only ever see the one Stenza. Like, it's a weaker finale. It's not the worst thing ever, and like the Ux as well. It's a really cool idea. It's just done poorly, and I don't think that's down to Chibnall's writing per se. I think if you look at the behind the scenes talk about this episode, they were really rushed for time, they got messed around, and it just, yeah, it's an underwhelming final product. But on this list we do actually have what I consider to be the actual finale for Series 11, which is Resolution. But we'll come to that one in a bit. Next up, we have the finale to Series 7B, The Name of the Doctor. Now, this one is definitely going to surprise people, but I'm going to put it in the best. I've said it. I don't think anyone else will agree with me, but Series 7B is what cemented me as a lifetime Doctor Who fan. Now, I'm aware that might come as a shock to some of you, because you probably presume that I was around since the 2005 revival. No, I did like, as you could probably tell from behind me, I did like collecting Doctor Who action figures as a kid, but it wasn't until Series 7B that I really got into the show. Like, Matt Smith and Clara, they were just iconic, brilliant together. And Name of the Doctor is what made me want to go back and explore some classic Who, explore the show as a whole. Like that opening sequence with Clara being flung through time and you see all the old Doctors was so cool. And I remember as well the John Hurt reveal. I called my dad upstairs and I was like, look, there's a new Doctor, there's a new Doctor. Like the vibes were just immaculate. And as well, because I watched it when I was a kid, I think I was in like year 6. What age would that be, like 10? Probably, roughly 10. Yeah, I'd be 10 because 2013. I was born in 2003. Sorry to make some people probably feel old. But at the age of 10, Vastra, Strax and Jenny, they were hilarious. I loved them. I love the Crimson Horror as well. Like, they're more childish episodes, and I can understand why older fans maybe didn't warm to them as much. I loved them. At age 10, age 11, they were popping off. That was like peak Doctor Who for me. Loved it. Name of the Doctor is a banger. Like, the opening sequence is just so good. They're like, who would steal a faulty TARDIS? Pan out, Gallifrey, Clara, the Doctor. It's great. It's elite. It's brilliant. Let's do a spin-off one next. I'm going to jump to this Season 1 of Torchwood finale. Is it End of Days? I think that's what it's called. It's meh. I'm going to put it in meh. There's some solid ideas in there. Torchwood Series 1, I think, it's a rocky start. Like, it's getting used to itself, it's finding its footing, it's figuring out what the show wants to be, and I think it only gets better from there. By the time you reach Series 3 of Torchwood, I mean, we've got that finale on here to come to later. That is just, oh, what a banger. But yeah, Torchwood Series 1, I'm going to put in for their finale. Now back to the mainline show, we've got Resolution, which I consider to be the actual finale to Series 11. It's when you get more character payoff to like Ryan and his dad, you get a Dalek, like it feels more finale, and it was only, I think it was aired like 2 weeks after Series 11 ended, so it's kind of intended as a finale. I do actually quite enjoy Resolution. It's not as good as the ones in Fantastic, but it is good. It's a solid episode. The Dalek does feel like a proper threat as well. It's that scene. I think it's definitely, Russell T Davies always writes the Daleks best, but Chibnall is a very close second, because I think Moffat just sort of messed them about a little bit. They didn't feel threatening, but this episode, terrifying. Like, the Dalek versus the tank, Dalek versus the army, single-handedly wipes them out. It's sick. I also really like that the Dalek mutant has like it's explored in a new way. It feels like a new version of a Dalek, new Dalek story, feels fresh, and I love it when Doctor Who does fresh new ideas. So yeah, that deserves good. The Sarah Jane Adventures Series 2 finale, I'm going to put in meh. This is the one with Mrs. Wormwood. She returns. Actually, it's quite good, to be fair. I think it's got the Brigadier in as well. It's got that Sontaran bloke. It never blew me away as a kid, because I did watch Sarah Jane Adventures, but it's a fun, solid piece of television. There's not too much to say on it, I can't lie. Haven't watched it in probably a few years. I think I watched it in summer before the 60th anniversary on like a Sarah Jane Adventures rewatch, but obviously Sarah Jane's like very much a kid's show, so I appreciate it for what it is, but like I don't go and put it on in my spare time. Like, I don't know, I prefer having the memories of watching it as a kid rather than seeing it ruined by my critical brain now. Next we've got A Good Man Goes to War, the Series 6A like finale. I don't know. Good. Yeah, good. Good Man Goes to War. Maybe fantastic. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, I really liked it. I remember being so shocked when the river reveal happened, when I saw that for the first time. I was like, oh my god, it makes so much sense, like everything clicked into place. I do wonder though, was it a bit obvious for people at the time? Anyone who was theorising at the time, like online, what did you find it obvious? Because I feel like Melody Pond River Song, like it's a bit of an obvious twist, but I was a kid, I didn't see it coming. I was shocked, I was in awe, I was like, oh my god, genius. Okay, now we're going to take a look at the giggle from the 60th anniversary specials. Oh, I don't know. It's a tricky one because there's parts of it that I really love. Like, I think the Toymaker's fantastic. 14 and Donna, like, what's not to love? Those two are great. But also, the ending scene in the TARDIS. I've talked about this on the channel so many times. I think every fan has that one scene that just makes them go, and this is that scene for me. I can't quite describe why, but it feels so hollow, cheap, exposition heavy and empty right at the end, where like the line like Sarah Jane is gone, can you believe that? We fought Mavic Chen, the gods of Ragnarok. It's a bit too weird for me. And I don't know why, but I just don't buy Shooty or David's performances in that scene. But if we exclude that scene, the rooftop balcony, whatever it's called, like the helipad, that's so good. Tennant and Shooty are just popping off. Shooty also gives one of the best ever first impressions for a new Doctor. Like, his first couple of moments after the Bi-Generation are just fantastic. I also think the Bi-Generation's a nice little twist. Like, it changes it up, it makes it feel new and fresh. It's not a perfect episode, but I think I'm happy putting it in fantastic. It may deserve good. No, I'm going to leave it in fantastic. I'm going to be generous. You know, I think, yeah, it's got some very good moments. It's nowhere near the best, but it is a strong episode. Okay, next up we've got the Series 6B finale, Wedding of River Song. I'm going to put that in could be better. It doesn't vibe with me. It's so messy and there's so much silliness happening all over the place. Like, I don't get it. I don't like it. I feel like it's underwhelming as well. Like, it's such a cheat for the Doctor to... Like, the Doctor dies at the start of the season, then what? He hides in the Tesselector, and we only find out about the Tesselector midway through the series. Like, by the time the series started, you couldn't theorise the ending because we didn't have all the pieces, which in a way is good, but also it feels a little bit cheap to just say, oh, well, he didn't actually die. Well, like, if he didn't actually die, then the Doctor didn't die, then, like, it doesn't work. And I think as well, contextually, this is the time when Moffat was trying to do Sherlock and Doctor Who and Tintin all at once, so I can completely see how it became a bit of a mess. But that's not to say there's not fun elements. I love all of time sort of crushing into one moment. You've got Charles Dickens on a breakfast show talking about Christmas Carol. That's very fun. Okay, next up we have The End of Time. Part 1, yeah, it's good. Part 2, absolutely slaps. The only complaint I have, I'll get out the way right at the start. What's going on with the green pineapple people? Why cactus people? Why are they there? Like, they're so utterly bizarre and random. They just feel out of place in such an epic story. Like, I feel like you could have had something to replace them that's a bit less silly, but I suppose you want to bring a bit of silliness to Christmas Day. They do serve their purpose in the story quite nicely, but they do then just sort of disappear towards the end of the episode. Weird inclusion, but John Simm's really good in this. It's so fun, especially as a kid as well. I think this is the thing. When you watch Doctor Who grown up, you're a lot more critical because you're thinking logically. As a kid, It was so cool to see the Master turn everyone into the Master. Like, me and my siblings made a habit, I don't know why. Well, I suppose it is a kind of Christmas episode, but we like watch this every Christmas Eve for a good number of years. It's a really fun episode, and as well, people say it's self-indulgent, but they earned it. They deserved that farewell tour at the end of the episode, the Doctor going back and saving and helping all his companions. It's really solid stuff. Yeah, I'm going to put it in the best. I mean, there are problems with it, so maybe it deserves fantastic, but for that moment where the Time Lords come back, yeah, it's so good. Rassilon stood on like, for victory, and Rassilon versus the Master, and the Doctor's mother when she covers her eyes and she looks at the thing, and the Doctor's about to shoot the Master, he turns to shoot the President, then the Master says get out of the way, and Gallifrey gets banished back. Like, it's elite. That's proper Doctor Who. And as well, it's like the culmination of the David Tennant years. There are problems with that story, undoubtedly, but for some, and the 4 knocks, the best way for a Doctor to die, like, it's so good. Like, originally in the script as well, it wasn't even Wilfred, it was even more heartbreaking. It was just like a random alien, and the whole point was the Doctor survived this giant Time Lord battle, but he'd help a stranger at the end of it. And I think making it Wilfred's really nice as well. It's just brilliant. I tell you what's not brilliant though. The Vanquishers. Series 13. The thing that ruined Doctor Who Flux. It was off to such a good start. I loved the Halloween Apocalypse. I really, and still do love War of the Sontarans. Then, Once Upon a Time, dreadful. Survive the Flux, okay. The Vanquishers, silly. Silly, silly, silly. Chocolate-eating Sontaran, ridiculous. No, bad, boo. 3 Doctors, but 3 Jodie Whittakers, no, bad, boo. I've just never got on with it. And as well, the whole thing's going, what's in the pocket watch? What's in the pocket watch? And then they don't show you what's in the pocket watch. It's kind of like, I get it from a character perspective, and I don't actually want to see what's in the pocket watch, because, as I said earlier, like, you don't want to ruin the mystery of Doctor Who, but don't make me ask what's in the pocket watch and then take away the pocket watch from me. Like, who do you think you are? I'm going to put it in could be better, because it's not the worst of the worst. There's still fun elements, there's a lot of good characters, and also, contextually, they were covided, they were covided, like, it's not fair to bully them for that. And the fact that they even got it made is incredibly impressive. Like, Flux is, from a production standpoint, a fantastic piece of work, and yeah, I don't envy the difficulties of this production task. I mean, we shot with Johnny Mathers, who plays Passenger for our fan film, who was also Passenger in Flux, and he was saying as well how difficult, like, it was because of the COVID restrictions and how pieces of script were having to be changed left, right and centre, and that's nobody's fault. There was literally a pandemic on, so we can't blame them. It's just a shame that it resulted in a mid-final product. Next we have the finale to Class. I think, is it For Tonight We Might Die, or is that episode 1? No, it's The Lost. It's called The Lost. I loved that when it came out, probably because I was an early teenager, so dark and gritty equals cool. But I did enjoy it, and I love the ending plot twist with the Weeping Angels. I'm going to put it in good. I think Class got off to a rocky start. It was a little bit mid, but as it went on, I did start to care for the characters. I really like what they do with Charlie and April in this. And like the whole thing with the Shadowkin, and Charlie shooting the Shadowkin and killing April, and it all works really nicely. And I think it is a shame we never got more of Class, because I think it's similar to Torchwood in that it was struggling to find its footing, but I think once it found its footing by the finale, it was actually quite solid. I wouldn't say it's fantastic or the best though, but I've tried to rewatch Class and I've never made it all the way through. It's just a bit too cringe for me now, but when it came out, I actually quite enjoyed it, so I think it deserves at least good. Next, we've got Heaven Sent, which I don't know why Heaven Sent and Hellbent are 2 different things on this, but Heaven Sent is obviously going in the best. It's a banger, brilliant story. It's literally just Peter Capaldi being a fantastic actor for 45 minutes straight. Nobody else in the episode. I suppose you've got one little kid at the end, but the hype reveal, I remember being shocked when he arrives back on Gallifrey. Oh my god! Then we went into school the next day, everybody was talking about it. It's such a good exploration of grief, and yeah, it's just a brilliant one-off episode. Hellbent, I'm then going to put in good. It's got a lot of good stuff in there, but it doesn't match up to Heaven Sent. I do love the Doctor and Clara. They're like one of my favourite dynamics, especially Capaldi's Doctor and Clara. Like, they just work really well together. The whole uncovering of the hybrid I think is quite clever. I might move it up to Fantastic, but no, I'm going to keep it in good for now because I think it ruins harsh, but it sort of spoils the Gallifrey reveal. Like, we've been waiting for Gallifrey for so long, and then we just sort of get there and then forget about it. Like, I feel like Gallifrey deserved better. If this wasn't a Gallifrey return, if this was solely focused on the Doctor and Clara, I'd keep it in Fantastic. But because it somewhat spoils the whole going home the long way round, it's going in good. Okay, now the Series 5 finale for Sarah Jane Adventures. I'm going to put in meh. I can't remember much of it, I'm not going to lie. There's the weird little one-eyed creatures. Once again, that wasn't supposed to be a series finale because Elizabeth Sladen was sadly getting really ill at the time, so they had to stop filming. This was supposed to be just like an average mid-season episode, but they luckily had a really nice little monologue to put on the end, which raises it up to be like a nice episode to finish the show on forever. And yeah, Elizabeth Sladen's legacy will be remembered forever. She was brilliant. Like, kids absolutely loved her, adults loved her. She was just all-round queen. And I feel bad putting it in there, but the episode itself isn't that great. But yeah, don't get me wrong, Elizabeth Sladen, Sarah Jane Adventures as a show, just brilliant. Okay, Torchwood Children of Earth's finale, I'm going to put in the best. Torchwood Children of Earth is genuinely one of the best TV series I've ever seen. Literally, genuinely ever. If you haven't seen it, I won't put in spoilers here, but it's, yeah, the stuff with Peter Capaldi's character in that episode, that John Frobisher was a good man, and Jack's grandson, and just watch it if you haven't. It's 10 out of 10 television, and Yanto, and all of it, it's so good. Like, if you've ever tried to watch Torchwood and given up, keep watching. Children of Earth is brilliant. Okay, I can't remember whether this is Series 2 of Sarah Jane, Series 1 of Sarah Jane, the one with the blatherine. I can't remember it at all. I'm going to put it in meh, purely because I can't remember it. I haven't seen it in years. I don't know why I've included all this on the list if I can't remember them. I'm an idiot. Sorry, guys. Let's do another quickfire spin-off one. Torchwood Miracle Day is going to go in Could Have Been Better as well. It dragged. It really dragged. There's some really cool concepts in there, but the finale it felt underwhelming. And the fact that as well, that's like technically the last ever episode of Torchwood, it's a shame. Underwhelming finale, didn't deliver, but it's not the end of the world. I don't hate it. Back to Doctor Who, we're going to look at Time of the Doctor. I'm going to put that in Fantastic, to be honest. I think it's a really strong goodbye to Matt Smith. I absolutely loved it as a kid. It's not perfect though. There is part of me tempted to put it in the best because it is actually really good. Like, really good. I feel like maybe it's a bit rushed. Should have had longer. I mean, it's already an extra long episode, but yeah, I like the regeneration. Clara's really good in it. The Doctor's really good in it. Really like it. Yeah, it's a solid episode, but it's not perfect. So I think Fantastic's fair. It was my first proper live regeneration episode as well, and I will forever remember that. It was really good fun, really exciting to see it happen on Christmas. Like, it was proper event television. Cool. Now we've got the Series 8 finale, Dark Water, Death in Heaven. I'm going to put it in good. There's a few problems with it. I think it meanders about a little bit, especially in part 2, but there's some nice character work in there. It would be higher if I liked Danny Pink, but I feel like Danny Pink's just a bit mid. Like, Samuel Anderson and Jenna Coleman don't have much chemistry. Like, it's a bizarre pairing, and I think it does hinder the series a little bit. Samuel Anderson is good in other things, but just, yeah, as Danny Pink, it's never gelled well. Missy's really good, though. But, yeah, I don't know what it is. It just doesn't hit properly, but it is still good. Like, I enjoy it. I'll watch it. It's a fun... I think Series 8 would be remembered a lot more fondly if it was a better episode. It's not bad, it's acceptable, it's good. Next, we've got Day of the Doctor. Ooh, it's between Fantastic or the best. I love Day of the Doctor, but it's a bizarre choice to have the Zygons in it, but I suppose they tie into the story. I'm going to put it in the best. I'm in a good mood today, I'm feeling generous. Why not? It's a solid story. David Tennant and Matt Smith together is really good. I've never been that sold on John Hurt as the War Doctor, but then again, he's not really the primary focus, and he's also not technically the Doctor. He's like the other Doctor. He's the War Doctor. But yeah, it's nice to see Billie Piper, Jenna Coleman, all of that. Solid story, and as well, like, it's one of the best moments in Doctor Who history that I think every Whovian absolutely adores, has seen and loves, is the saving of Gallifrey. All of the Doctors going back to save the planet. Like, it's so good. I do think, though, there is a debate to be had. Does it kind of spoil RTD1 a bit? Because, like, it's about... But then I suppose it gets undone again. Like, it was almost pointless. So, it's a weird episode, but for the time when it aired, it was a banger. Really enjoyed it, really fun. Okay, next we're going to look at Torchwood Season 2, the finale of that. I'm going to put it in good. This is the one with Gray, Jack's brother. Him as a villain, I don't particularly care for. He's fine. He's just fine. But Owen and Tosh, because I think this is Exit Wounds, right? Owen and Tosh's death. Spoilers, sorry. So good. So heartbreakingly good. The whole, like, give me one good reason why I shouldn't scream my way into oblivion, you're breaking my heart, like, all of that is so effective, so nicely done. And I really like with Torchwood as well, that the stakes, you never know who's going to die, and when a main character dies, they just die. Like, it's not like Doctor Who where they just keep coming back, Susie and Jack, but the others, anyone can die, and when they die, they usually stay dead. I mean, Owen dies and then comes back, but that's part of his character arc, and he does eventually die, so it all works, it works. Then back to Doctor Who, Season 3's finale, the Saxon Master finale. If we're including Utopia in this, it gets a couple of extra points. I do think the resolution to this story, if it came out now, we'd all be Empire of Deathing it, we'd all be complaining, we'd all be whining, and I'm sure that fans did complain and whine at the time, but not when it aired, because I didn't watch it live, but when I was a kid and I watched it, I really liked it. I've always thought the ending's a little bit too easy. It's a bit too silly when the Doctor becomes like Space Jesus through the power of prayer. Like, it's a little bit nonsensical. But John Sim is really, really good. Like, Utopia sound drums, brilliant. Last of the Time Lords gets a little bit iffy. But as silly as that stuff with the Doctor is, when the Master gets shot by his wife and dies, he refuses to regenerate. That is brilliant. Like, that's properly effective stuff. So it's going in fantastic. If it wasn't for the Archangel silliness at the end, it would probably be in the best. But because of how stupid the Archangel Jesus stuff is, it can't go any higher. Okay, next we're going to look at the Pandorica Opens. And what's the other one called? The Big Bang. That's not going in the best. That was an accidental click. It's going in meh, or good. Oh, no, it's going in meh, because the Big Bang, I think, is it just doesn't hit. It's too convoluted, too silly, too much running around a museum. I also think it's just cheap to have all of the monsters come back for an episode like this. Like, they didn't build to it, I feel. Like, this is Matt Smith's first season. If you're going to bring all the monsters in, build to it. His speech, though, on Stonehenge, 10 out of 10, no notes. But part 2 gets a bit too convoluted. There's a lot of things left open as well. Like, he doesn't answer all the questions he sets up. And even by the end of Series 7, like, they're still not fully answered. They're kind of answered, but it's a little bit silly in places. The plot's a bit stretched out, but yeah, it deserves meh. It's not terrible. It could have been a bit better written. Okay, now we're talking Stolen Earth, Journey's End. Look, I'll be the first to say there's problems with the ending. It's a little bit convoluted. I don't care. It's the best. It's so cool. I remember watching that for the first time. The fake out regeneration, all the companions coming back, Harriet Jones dying, the Mr. Copper Foundation mention, every little bit is so cool. Daleks on the street, it's what I talked about at the start of this video. When you can see our world in the present day with aliens attacking it, it ramps up the stakes 10 times more than you'd expect. It's just a brilliant piece of television. Such an achievement as well. This was like Doctor Who at the height of its empire. Possibly the most popular it will ever be. Like, I wish I'd been a proper fan around to fully take it in at the time, rather than just like a casual audience member who has the action figures. I'd have loved to have, watched it live, but when I did watch it, I was still a kid, and it was still really good. The Dr. Donna as well, like, those two are like Bill Capaldi, Clara Capaldi, it's all close with best companion dynamics, but they're definitely up there, the Doctor and Donna, and it's such a heartbreaking scene. Like, for as much as Russell does silly things in finales, he absolutely breaks your heart with companion exits or with the Master dying or whatever. Like, he is the master of emotions, so yeah, this episode deserves a high place on the list. It's very, very, very good. Okay, here's another episode of Sarah Jane. I can't lie, I barely remember. I think this woman tries to be like the new Sarah Jane and she's got all this tech. I'm going to put it in meh. I can't remember it, I'm sorry. And this season... Oh no, I remember Sarah Jane season 1's finale. That's going in good. That's with the Slitheen, innit? Like, the Lost Boy, I think it's called. They take Luke and say that he's their son or whatever, and he's not, and they want revenge for what started in episode 1. It's a solid piece of TV. It's good. It's good fun. It's nice. I think as well, like, maybe it deserves better because I'm thinking of this from my perspective now. As a kid, it slapped. I loved it. Like, there's that little boy genius in it as well, I think. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Okay, now we've got 4 interesting episodes left. I'm going to put Dr. Falls straight away. Look, if anybody knows me, you will know that Dr. Falls is my... Well, World Enough in Time and the Dr. Falls is my personal favourite Doctor Who ever made. Ever. And I don't think it'll ever be topped. The Master, John Sim Master, Missy, Capaldi, Mondasian Cybermen, New Who Cybermen... It is literally all of my favourite things in one episode, plus a regeneration, plus the plot twist at the end where the Doctor meets the younger Doctor in the snow. 10 out of 10. This was also like peak fandom era. I say that, I still love Doctor Who as much as I did back then. It was just, oh my god, it was so cool. The vibes as well. I was in like mid-secondary school, year 9. It was just before, like, it was 2 years before GCSEs, so it was that sort of year of school where nothing was important. You could just kind of have fun, and I had so much fun with this series. It was coming out springtime, the build-up, the hype, the John Sim reveal, all of that. 10 out of 10 stuff. The Master literally stabbing the Master in the back, not being able to help himself. It's just genius writing. Really, really effective. Really good. I love it. I love it. I genuinely love it. There's almost nothing wrong with it. Genuinely. Like, Nardol's goodbye, Bill's goodbye, the Doctor's goodbye. It's all so perfectly suited and fits so nicely. Bill getting to go off with Heather, Nardole going to farm humans. It's great. It's great fun. There's some banger lines in there. There's a brilliant little speech as well. It's brilliant. Okay, now we're going to have a look at the power of the Doctor. The power of the Doctor is more like an event episode rather than like an episode. Like, I know that sounds silly, but it's like we watched it as a group because we were at uni at the time, in our uni house in the living room, and I will never forget how fun and how special those memories are. All of the hype moments, the old Doctors cropping up, regenerating into David Tennant, Ace coming back, Tegan coming back, all of that. Like, it's not necessarily the strongest written piece of television ever. And like the Master as well, he's really good in it. But you get another example of Chibnall's gun, where he sets up a gun that doesn't get fired in Act 3. It just sort of exists. But it's kind of like Spider-Man No Way Home. It might not be the most solidly written thing ever, but the hype that you feel when you watch it for the first time, the eventness of it, it is a celebration of 100 years of the BBC. I will always remember fondly watching that episode for the first time with my friend group at uni. It was great fun. I'm going to put it in fantastic for that. You know, I can appreciate there are some silly moments and some of the writing here and there is a little bit naff, but Jodie's regeneration is my favourite ever. It looks so good, and her being on the cliff top, and I like her accepting it as well. Like, it's vastly different from things like The End of Time. The Doctor just accepts the regeneration and goes off. It's brilliant, really good stuff. But, okay, we've got 2 episodes left, which, oh dear. We'll start with The Empire of Death. What an underwhelming way to finish Season 1. I was so on board. We did a reaction video to it, because I watched this with a group of people as well, like our Doctor Who Discord group. We all met up in person, watched this episode. It was the night before Elise's birthday. Elise from the podcast, shout out to Elise. We were all in her front room, and when Sutekh was revealed. We were all cheering, like, yes. But then it became apparent when we went to watch Empire of Death the next week. Sutek's now a dog. We're going to get some ridiculous explanations. They cut a bunch of, like, the necessary scenes. And it just sort of became a bit of a mess. Like, the Ruby mystery was incredibly underwhelming. Sutekh being defeated by being put on a leash was just a bit too silly for my liking. It was a mess, I can't lie. It wasn't the worst thing ever, but I think it was just a bit of a mess. Which is why it's going to have to go in could be better. It's not the worst thing ever. There are redeemable bits. There's really nice ideas in. And I wonder if there was production trouble. I wonder if, as well, Millie Gibson was always planned to leave that early, or if they had to wrap up the Ruby Sunday plotline a bit earlier than expected. But let's end the video on a positive with one of the other perfect Doctor Who finales, Series 1's Parting of the Ways and Bad Wolf. Series 1 is just an elite piece of television. It is almost, I think it might be, I've got personal biases towards Series 10 and Series 4, but I think Series 1, from like a objective perspective, is probably the best written series Doctor Who has ever or will ever have. It's just brilliant. And that finale as well. It's so heartbreaking to see Eccleston leave so early. And if there wasn't a regeneration at the end, I think it would be a bit cheap. It would be a bit of a cop-out. But the regeneration allows the Bad Wolf stuff and the Heart of the TARDIS stuff to feel justified. The Daleks are a real threat. The Dalek Emperor is just sick, needs to come back. Banger of an episode, banger of a finale, banger of a series. Doctor Who's great, isn't it? I mean, looking at this now, there are more finales in the best than any of the other categories, which has got to be a good sign. I really, really hope that the Reality War can make it up there into the best, or at least fantastic. I don't want another Empire of Death situation where we get really hyped and then feel a bit underwhelmed. I think the fact that I'm slightly underwhelmed by the Mrs. Flood reveal is good, because it will set my expectations lower, which you can only improve from there. Let me know what you're thinking in the comments down below. Do you want to shout at me for how wrong my opinion is? Feel free to do so in the comments. If you want to check out the Patreon for early access to new videos, go and do that. Podcasts and stuff come in, channel, good, fun. Thanks for watching, bye.
Don't forget to click below and subscribe to the official Confused Adipose YouTube channel.
I will destroy you!
She's not seen a single episode.
No, I've watched your episodes.
Keep these sonic screwdrivers.
What else am I saying about the film? Don't watch this one.